What's up, Internet? Welcome. And, it's finally happened. The Internet's abuzz. We've got video footage and some interviews with Racer X and Eli Tomac about his decision to move to Star Racing Yamaha and race the YZ450, leave Team Kawasaki behind. And they announced that back in May, right? So it's been a while, but nobody was really talking about why. Why is Kawasaki and Eli parting ways? Did Kawasaki just drop him? Did they just decide we're not going to renew? Did is Eli frustrated with the team? And that's my conspiracy theory, by the way. And I'll come back to that. But nobody's really saying anything. Kawasaki just put out a tweet. Hey, yeah, we've come to a mutual agreement, which is crap. Nobody mutually agrees. I'm leaving. The other one's like, oh, what? And so maybe they mutually accept the situation. Nobody's trying to sue each other. Everybody's kind of playing nice so far. I don't hear any bridge burning conversations on the internet. At least I haven't seen any yet. But we've come to a mutual agreement. Yeah, right. I think it's pretty clear at this point. Eli's, look, guys, I'm done. And yeah, I've heard that Kawasaki had an offer on the table. Don't know what the monetary value was. But Eli insists this was not a monetary decision. This was a performance decision. He felt like he could do better somewhere else. So he was not happy with something. Let's just put it that way. He'll probably never say. He's doing a good job of talking about his decision without burning bridges or leaving any kind of bad blood out there on the internet, which, again, they're professionals. No drama, which makes this video boring. All right, so let me set the mood. All right, let me throw out my conspiracy theory. I did a video on this a little while ago, but here's what I think, because this for me, this was the turning point where we all started to see a different Eli Tomac. Not like a bad one, but just things were just off. Just off enough that the entire industry is kind of like, what's going on here? Something's not right. And for me, that started with all the way back in 2020 motocross, right? So Eli finally locks up his first Supercross title, which the entire industry was thinking that was going to happen 2-3 years prior to when it actually did, but it took him till 2020. He finally found the consistency he was missing from 17, 18, and 19, because a lot of people would argue he was the fastest guy all 3 of those years, but just too many big mistakes, too much inconsistency. So 2020 was the year he finally nails it, right? He had some bad races, but they weren't stupid bad, right? So he wins the title. And you're thinking, dude, he's won outdoors the last 3 years, man. He's riding with probably the highest level of confidence he has ever had. He's won 3 outdoor titles in a row. He just won Supercross. How could he not win motocross? He's been so dominant. But it was 2020. It was the year of the COVID, which 2021 is also the year of the COVID. So we had a different schedule. Everything was weird, and maybe some riders liked it better. Maybe some riders found it kind of distracting. But for me, the turning point was when they raced at Loretta Lynn's, which they never do. That was a COVID schedule change, and Eli suffered 2 mechanical DNFs in what was a pretty epic mud race. They got a ton of rain, and it was just nasty. I wouldn't want to ride that track. And so he suffers 2 mechanical DNFs, and I just never saw the same Tomac after that. You go back and look at those races. I don't know. I feel like he made his decision that we're starting to see today. I think he made it back then, at least in his own head. I think he's like, dude, I'm done. When you go back and look at other mechanical DNFs that he's had, or not DNFs, but mechanical problems. Remember, I don't know if I think it was 2019. I think actually I go back to 2018. Maybe it's 2019. I don't remember. The years just keep going by. But he had brake problems all year long. at least twice that I can recall where he had to come into the pits both times in motocross and supercross. He's, you know, if you go back and look, he's had a lot of mechanical issues on the Kawasaki. He just has. All right, so given everything I just said, let's take a look at this very recent Racer X conversation with, I guess, Jason Wygant and Eli Tomac at his home here in Colorado. For me, you know, this very first sentence question, you know, what do I think is going to give me a better opportunity of winning on the weekend? I mean, he obviously felt like, I mean, he says it right here. He says, I felt like I was a little bit stuck. Like, dude, I can't win week in and week out on this bike. That's how I read that. It's like, I just don't feel like I can win here anymore. Whether it's a team thing, the bike thing, whatever the case is, he felt like, dude, I'm done. That's what that says to me. I'm done. For this video, let me know what you guys think. Are we going to get the old Eli back next year? Or do you think we've seen the best Eli has to offer and it's just going to be more of the same? You know, is it that everybody else has kind of elevated their game and Eli's doing what he's done before, but it just doesn't look the same because everybody else is faster? I'm not buying that. I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? Adam's fast, but he won't make it through the year without getting hurt and crashing his brains out. So, all right, guys. See you in the next video. Keep the rubber side down, guys.